Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Professor RJ Placone on Communication Excellence. I think this is my 35th video. I hope you consider the free subscription if you're enjoying them. Today I'm going to talk about Donald Trump and optics, and I'm going to focus on the recent 60-minute interview on CBS with Nora O'Donnell. So we've known a lot about the importance of the eye test, what people perceive when it comes to the United States politics. If we go back, the classic story is the 1960 debate, Richard Nixon against John F. Kennedy. And in that debate, the people that listened to it on the radio scored Nixon the victor. Those who saw it on TV chose Kennedy. It was all about optics. It was all about the eye test. Who looked more presidential? Who looked more calm, in control, strong? Well, Nixon had just gotten over illness. He was pale. Here's Kennedy, who was practicing on a yacht, very tan, very youthful. And it was the perception, it was the optics that made the difference. For Donald Trump, there are times when he denies the optics. Some of the things he has said about the January 6th riot. He has said it was a beautiful day. The protesters had love in their hearts. Hmm, that's not quite how I remember it. And I'm sure as you watched it, or if you've taken time to look back on some of the videos, you don't see a lot of people doing Mr. Rogers imitations. There wasn't a lot of love in the heart. And certainly, I think for many of us, we felt like that was one of the darkest days in our country's history. So, yesterday he was on 60 Minutes. They aired an interview with Nora O'Donnell. And late, it was a very long interview, talked about tariffs a lot, his relationships with various world leaders. There were many topics. Toward the end, they talked about ICE. And Nora O'Donnell basically said, the American public has seen videos of the use of tear gas, of people being thrown to the ground, uh, windows being smashed. And she said, has ICE gone too far? And Donald Trump's response was, no, I think they haven't gone far enough. You have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals. So, O'Donnell pushes back a little bit and says, well, some of these folks appear to be landscapers, nannies, construction workers, um, farmers, family of U.S. servicemen. And Donald Trump responds, well, I need landscapers and farmers more than anybody, okay? So she asked him, well, are you just trying to export people who have criminal records? And Trump somewhat evaded the question. But my point here is this. Sometimes Donald Trump can be his own worst enemy, and sometimes he can undermine his own successes. If we go back to the first administration, I think one of his greatest successes was the COVID vaccine. Millions and millions of lives were saved because of the vaccine. I'm not sure Trump gets enough credit for that. Part of the reason is he has surrounded himself with folks like JFK Jr. I mean, these are folks that are anti-vaccine, and as a result, the whole vaccine, um, it's become politicized to the point where I don't think he gets his fair due. Certainly, the borders were a problem. It's hard to deny that. They needed to be closed. Too many people were getting in, too many of the wrong people, criminals, were getting in. Trump deserves some credit, but he's undermining his own success. He's denying what people see with their eyes. We saw what happened on January 6th. We see sometimes in person and sometimes through video how ICE is handling itself. When you look at the polls, people are not happy with the behavior of ICE. Don't deny it. Don't ignore that. This is a very real eye test that people have. Their perception is right now their reality. And to deny it is wrong. And what it does for Trump is it undermines his successes. And I have a feeling that at the end of the day, how ICE is behaving is going to result in him receiving less of the credit than he probably deserves for what he has done at the border. Shall I end with a stupid dad joke? Don't lose sight of the importance of optics, the importance of the eye test. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thank you.